Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new, where today we're going to be going through the PSVR2 games coming in October 2025. It's going to be a fairly big month, with a couple of games confirmed and some with tentative release dates, and one with a leaked release date, which I'm sure we're all very sick of hearing about, but maybe this will be the last time that it is actually mentioned. So let's thank our patrons and members who are all on screen right now. Thank you guys for subscribing, as only 25% you actually are. And thank our sponsor, VR2, who we'll talk about a little bit later, and let's get straight into this, shall we? Kicking us off on October 10th, we have Dreams of Another. This is a game that promises to plunge you into the dreams and experiences, memories and futures of people around the world. You use guns in this game, but not for the traditional use of weapons in video games. Instead of killing enemies and destroying items, you use guns to create the environment around you and discover the stories of the characters that the game presents to you. Utilizing RPGs, grenades, SMGs and more, you'll be guided through this spiritual and surreal story, both in flat screen and in VR if you choose to. The game has both a third-person and first-person mode in virtual reality, promises to use all of the features of the headset, but it's looking like a very strange one in terms of concept, so let me know if you like the look of Dreams of Another or not. It's being brought to us by Q Games and Pixel Junk, and is one of the strangest PSVR2 games I've seen since Paper Beast. But if it hits the mark anything like Paper Beast did, then I'm going to be pretty happy, I think. On October 16th, we're getting the long-awaited Reach. This is the Endreams Elevation AAA quality game that I actually got hands-on with earlier in September. If you missed that video, I was very positive coming away. These flat-screen trailers do not do it justice in the headset, trust me. I was not excited for this game really at all until I put the headset on. Then after that hour-long play session, I'm so on board and ready for whatever Reach has to throw at us. You play as Rosa, and as her you start the game above ground in the normal world, but after a devastating earthquake, you uncover an underground civilization full of some friendly robot humanoids, but a lot of enemy ones. As you race to try and stop a cataclysm, it's up to you to uncover the secrets of this world, utilize your bow, arrow, and my favourite, the throwing shield, along with a bunch of other weapons that you can grapple from enemies, with some of the best movement tech that I've felt in VR, for a full campaign from Endreams. All that I can hope from this game is that we get a long runtime, as that has been my only real criticism of some of the Endreams games in the past. But we'll just have to wait and see on October 16th, but for me I think this one is going to be an absolute banger and could be my game of the year. Let's see if it topples Hitman. Before we go any further, I've got to say thank you to VR2, the sponsor of today's video. They support the channel and have done for the last 2 years, and I'm happy to let them do so because their products are seriously good. They make prescription lenses and non-prescription lenses for all VR headsets, including PSVR2, with anti-blue light and anti-glare filter options, and magnetic and non-magnetic options if you need to swap out lenses between people quickly. Whether you need them to see or just want protection for your PSVR2 lenses, which is what I use them for, VR2 has you covered, and I can confidently stand by this brand saying that I've used them for 2 years in various iterations of their lenses, and I've been very happy. So don't risk scratching your PSVR2 lenses and get some VR2 ones today. Link is in the description with my discount code. On October 22nd, we are getting Trenches VR. This was originally a flat screen game developed by a solo dev, I want to say, and the VR version has come a long way. We've had various trailers over the last couple of months showcasing how far it's come, and apparently in the flat screen it's quite terrifying, so I can't wait to dredge through the trenches in virtual reality with my 1911 at my side, snipping at wires and scavenging for items while being stalked by some horrendous enemies. This is the only game really this month that fits into the spooky season aesthetic. And I've got to be honest, I have a couple things planned for spooky season here on the channel. We're going to be playing a bit more of Madison VR, which is going to be awful, and there's going to be a Halloween games list, but that's about it. So I'm glad that there is one more spooky game coming out during Halloween season for PSVR2. Now we're getting into the territory of maybes, and to kick this off, I got to mention Zero Caliber VR. This is the remaster of the original Zero Caliber game, back on PCVR is where I first played it, by X-Real Games. These guys are also running a wishlisting scheme for this game. Basically, the deal is they've submitted it for certification, they want it out in October at some point, but it's going to be no guarantee that it will actually happen because Sony certification can be really annoying sometimes. But if all goes well, we should see it in October, but I would confidently say that we'll see it by the end of the year no matter what. This game is more of a Call of Duty style campaign in terms of how it plays, with fairly open levels, but they are linear, as you blast your way through hordes of enemies with tons of guns that all feel really good to fire and use. They're also running a wishlisting kind of gimmick for this, which is quite cool, where depending on how many wishlists they get on the PS Store, they'll lower the price of the game. So if they get 20,000, for example, they could lower it to $20. If it was 50,000, $15. I think the pricing might be slightly different on their post about this, but that's generally the gist. So if you go and wishlist it, you're adding one more wishlist to bringing that price down a little bit more. But I'm very excited to see how this port is. I really enjoyed the original Zero Caliber. I haven't played the second one yet, but yes, I am looking forward to it on PSVR 2. Penultimately for October, this is another game that's slated for the month but doesn't have a release date. This is Chaos Method. I can't really find much about this game, to be honest. I think it's probably a very low budget sort of deal, as you can see. The description on the store simply says, Chaos Method features 13 unique VR minigames, each with a unique control scheme and goal. Shoot cannons, chop bamboo, and destroy the city to join the chaos, and that's literally it. Probably appeal to the younger crowd, maybe children, I don't really know. Definitely not for me, but it is there on the store listed for this month, so worth mentioning. And finally, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but this might actually be the month where we see Aces of Thunder launch. Now, this may not end up being right, it'll probably end up being November, knowing my luck, but Aces of Thunder should be coming out on October 28th if we can believe the leak on the store. This flight sim by the War Thunder devs has been on the store and off the store for quite a while, and it's had a couple of dates. The first was in September, that came and went, and they confirmed that was an error, but most recently, a listing for the game appeared with the release date of October 28th. Now, this could be a placeholder, of course, but we'll take it as we can at the moment, so fingers crossed we might be able to see this 90Hz native, utilizing all features PSVR 2 flight game, with PvP and single-player campaign missions on the store. I think they really have to try and get this one out of the door by the end of the year. It has to be this year, because as soon as you cross over to 2026, you're now in the realm of flight sim coming over, and that is quite a dangerous game to be playing as another flight sim themselves. So I think they should probably hasten as fast as they can, and hopefully we'll see it on October 28th, as that is the date. I've not heard anything from the devs. I have emailed them. I've heard other creators have got replies back, but I've not got anything, so I don't know if I'll have anything for you at launch, but we'll have to wait and see. But Aces of Thunder may be coming this month, fingers crossed. Anyway, that's all the games for this month, at least as far as I'm aware. For all of the games that have release dates, Dreams of Nether, Reach, and Trenches, I should have coverage for you before they launch. And for Zero Caliber, I should as well, although that's not confirmed for this month, of course. It's just aimed for this month. So, looking good in terms of content and reviews for you guys for this month. Let me know what you're most excited for. For me, it probably is Reach at this point in time. Thank you so much for watching and all your support, and I hope to see you all in the next one.